would like to start us off with the English questions?
I'll be first.
Yeah, go for it.
Hi all. Rhian, may I start with you, please? How is the mood in camp? Is it slightly strange, given that everybody knows that this is Jess Fishlock's last few days with the squad?
Well, we're ignoring that fact, and I think it is a joke in some ways. How do you forget that it's her last camp? But equally, we're in training camp. We wanted this to be two top teams we were going to be facing. We wanted to take it as seriously as we need to against this opposition, and for Jess, I know she'll be recognized appropriately, and then afterwards will be the celebration. But the mood in camp's been great and excited. It's been a long period without seeing each other after the Euros, so it's just nice to be back together, even though there are a lot of the Euro squad missing through injury.
Does it feel like the end of an era though, given the Jess's stature within the squad and what she's done for Welsh football over the years?
Yeah, I'm trying not to say end of an era because it feels so final. I think it feels like a transitional moment where there's a group of women who Angharad is a part of that have really been the bridge between those women that, fought just to have kit, and then women's, like, really the basics they were fighting for, so they played with those women, and now they're seeing and playing with the younger generation that are fully professionalized and at some of the biggest clubs in the world. So it feels like a transitional camp where, especially with so many missing, and then knowing that there's going to be retirements, Kaylee Barton and Jess stepping away from the game, and then this influx of young players. We wouldn't normally have so many new faces at one camp.
I know you talked about Jess last week, didn't you? But can I ask, where do you think she sits in the sort of pantheon of Welsh sporting greats?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I thought you were going to say not just Welsh. That's why I hesitated. I think, everyone I talk to, anyone who comes into our camp, so we've had Anita Asante here, like we have lots of different coaches come in and people in our environment, and it's always the same thing. Like Jess happens to be one of the proudest Welsh sports people you'll ever meet, but she would have been great whatever country she came from, but had she played for a bigger nation, the accolades would never end. She's a fantastic leader and a fantastic athlete, and she's been an amazing ambassador for Wales, and she will continue to be. I have no doubt that will not end just because she stops playing for Wales.
And how, as the head coach, how do you go about filling the void she's going to leave?
You don't fill it. I think that would be a waste of energy. Jess didn't arrive on the Welsh team fully formed either. She was a great talent who made the most of every opportunity she had. She traveled the world. She played for some of the biggest clubs, some of the smaller clubs. She's been everywhere, and she's a product of that courage to leave home, and it is tough, and as well as innate fire to continually get better. I mean, she's taking feedback, and we were in here this morning pre-session, and I think Haz and Jess were the last two to leave because they had the most questions. They wanted to understand the game plan to the most detail, and that is who Jess is. So that doesn't get filled automatically. It will be filled over time by the next generation young player who has that same fire and same spirit. We'll see who it is.
Do you plan to give Jess 90 minutes tomorrow? Can you tell us that?
No, there's a good chance Jess will come off so that we can appreciate her appropriately, but whether that's at 89 or earlier, we'll see.
It's your first friendly, surprisingly, given how long you've been in the job. I mean, what do you hope to take from the game?
Yeah, I think friendlies don't really exist anymore. We have, with the Nations League now, they're just very few opportunities to have games where you can challenge yourself against some top opposition, and Australia and Poland are, where you can look at a few different things that you might want to see without the consequence immediately after. That's the only bit that's different than a qualifier or a Nations League B or A game. So I think we've talked very openly about it. This is a wonderful opportunity to make sure that players that maybe haven't had as many minutes, so that we see them, but we also look at different partnerships. We bet in different principles. This is also the first time my technical team and I have had to sit and actually draw up our long-term plans. I arrived 2 weeks before my first qualifier when I got the job, and it has been pretty non-stop in the best possible way, but it feels like we've had this preparation period and we're hitting the ground running now at this camp where we feel like we have a very clear vision and focus in how we want to build for the next 2 years.
And you've a number of uncapped players in this squad. Are we likely to see some of those in action this weekend?
I think across the next 2 games we're likely to see some new Welsh caps.
And have they come in and settled as you would hope? Do they look at home with the players that they're joining?
Yeah, I think it's probably an equal question for Angharad that you can ask, but from my end, there's often a danger when you bring in a group of younger players together. It can start to feel like a youth camp. And it has happened before, and then it takes a bit of usually the senior players to rein them back in. We haven't had anything like that. These are young athletes who are really focused, who are top professionals, and have, from what it looks like to me, and I'm behind the scenes, I'm not always there, but they seem like they're locked in, they're absorbing information, they're asking good questions, and they haven't got that, it sounds crazy, but that high intensity of energy where you're just always on it. It just feels like they've been accepted into the group, which is a testament to the culture of this team, how accepting they are, but how welcoming, and probably the care that's taken to make them feel like this is their team, because they have to feel that in order to perform. They have to feel like they can make mistakes, and it looks to me like that is exactly what's happened.
And is everybody that you named in the squad, is everybody fit and available?
That I've named in the squad, yeah, everyone's fit and available.
And just finally, what do you think of Australia?
What do I think? I think they are a great team. I think we've played Nations League A as well as the Euros, so we've been playing some fantastic opposition, and Australia are one of those. They've got some huge names that play across the world, and there's some big names, and equally I think that they've got a new coach who's had, I think, 2 camps before this, and so he's bedding in his ideas with them. They're going to be an exciting team now and in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shall I come to you, Anna? Or come back?
No, good.
I'll crack on.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be okay. Similar themes. From your perspective, what's it like knowing that Jess is about to say farewell?
Yeah, I think it's a sad time for the women's game in general, especially on the international stage. Jess has been formidable both for club and country over the years, and she's been a great teammate, a great leader within this team too, and she's going to be missed. But it is also a great opportunity for other players to step up now and to take the number 10 jersey.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be strange, isn't it, for all of you? All you've known really is meeting up with Wales and seeing Jess Fishlock.
Yeah, it's the Jess Fishlock show, and it's going to be strange without her. And I think the legacy that she will leave, she'll leave her shirt in a better place, and whoever comes and takes that jersey next, it'll be exciting. But she's someone who's changed the game massively. She's fought so hard for us. She's fought so much in the past too to create the environment that we've got now. She was part of the fighting for names on the back of the shirt, for our contracts, and it was just, she's both on and off the field very important to us, and a really good friend too. That'll be hard to be in camps without her, but yeah, I'm excited for her and for her future and what that will look like. Who knows? But I'm sure she'll go on to do great things and continue to push and strive for the best in Wales too.
And obviously, there's a few of you senior players led by you, but just her impact on the pitch, the game-changing moments she's delivered. How do you replace those, do you think, as a team?
Yeah, well, we have an exciting group of players coming through. We have a great mix within this squad of, especially this camp, of young players, top players who are coming through, but also the experience. And like Rhian mentioned, we have a lot of injuries too on this camp. So it's a bit of a strange camp, but it's one that's been really exciting and refreshing in its own way. We've had new standards, new philosophies that have come through since the Euros, and we're really looking to set that this camp and continue to push and strive to be better.
And just with you and Jess, you're losing your travel partner, are you, presumably?
Yeah, I am. It's going to be sad.
We should ask her about today's training. She might not be so sad today.
Yeah, I know.
What happened?
She's a nightmare. and continue to be. No, well, actually, she is my travel partner, but we do select seats that are the opposite side of the plane for a lot of reasons. We just need our own time as well. So it's nice to travel with someone and, you know, grab lunch and stuff before the flight. But as soon as the flight hits, we're on separate aisles and we're good. We don't speak until we land back in Wales.
And just a final thought on Jess. I think, did you say when I asked Rhian about where Jess sits, and I wasn't just talking about the Welsh women's football team, I meant in Welsh sport, full stop, male, female. Where do you think Jess Fishlock sits?
Yeah, at the top. I think her and what her and Gareth Bale have done for Welsh sport over the years is incredible, and I think, you know, Bale has left his legacy within the group, and Jess will do the exact same for us. But what's really exciting about Jess is I know she'll really want to come back. I wouldn't be surprised if she's at the next camp, to be brutally honest with you. Like, she is really hard for her to let go of this group, of a group that she has formed over the years, and she's been a big part of it on and off the field, like I mentioned. So yeah, it'll be different, and it'll be also a chance for, like I mentioned, for other players to come through and really take that shirt from her.
Yeah, lots of youngsters in this squad and players that perhaps Wales fans haven't seen a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited about what they're going to bring in the years to come?
Yeah, it's a really exciting time. I think post Euros we've had a lot of chance to reflect, and we have, you know, really worked and strived towards being better. And I think that was one thing that we were disappointed with at the Euros, was maybe we weren't at our best in those 3 games that we had there. And I think now it's refreshing. We've come back. We've had, you know, time to reflect, and we've got a new group, an exciting group, and a group that's here for the future. And it's a great place and time to be in the Welsh women's game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Hey both. And Rhian, I asked Joe Montemurro this morning what was it like to coach Jess Fishlock in his time at Melbourne City. So I just want to ask you, what's it like to coach someone like Jess?
What did he say?
He said it was an honour, and that football needs more role models like her.
I love that. That's great. Thanks, Joe.
The same.
It is. That's it. You know, I played with Christine Sinclair, who'd be like Canada's version, right? Top people as well as athletes. And I think when you have the privilege of first having a job like mine, it is such an honor. I've told I've been. And then you work with players like Hayley Barton, right? Who's going to get overshadowed tomorrow because Jess is retiring. But these are both women who've given everything to the game. But when you coach these women, you have to continue to push them. You have to. And then you get to watch them do their thing. And I was watching her yesterday. Today she won everything, so everyone's mad at her. She won every small... It was her last training session, right, for Wales today? And she won everything and made sure everyone knew, and then took a picture in front of...
She didn't participate in half. She stood on the side and coached for half.
Cold, yeah.
So, just put it out there.
No, it's not, like, you just watch. And so yesterday, you know, one of our young players attempted something that didn't happen, didn't work out. And she yelled across the field, just the thumbs up, like, next time again, we'll get, like, that young person will never forget that moment. And Jess does it all the time. And I think those top players are so giving of themselves to the game, but equally they understand the impact that they'll have around themselves. It is something special to watch. And like, one word from her is so much more than I could ever do as a coach. And the same, the team is what creates the culture. I have my ideas, but if they don't follow, like, they have created a culture here where a Jess Fishlock is able to become herself, and they're now passing that on. And it is an honor and a privilege. So thank you, Joe, for those words. And it's something I'll never forget, that I got to be the coach that watched her last game. I'll always remember that.
What are your aims for these friends? Because obviously you're coming off a grueling Nations League A campaign and then a European Championship. So what do you want to get out of these next 2 games?
Yeah, I think grueling sounds really negative. It was tough. It was hard, but it was amazing because we're trying to grow. We have to push our standards. We know where we are. And Wales as a nation is probably like pushing for League A, but equally like top. Like, we need to be in and around there, constantly pushing ourselves against better and better opposition. And so we learn hard lessons and painful lessons, but equally we have these amazing moments. I'm just looking at some of the new pictures around this room as a result of the Euros and being there. So our ambition against these, as they will be against Nation League teams coming up, our Nations League team, and that the same that they were against Nations League A teams, that we constantly put out a team that's going to perform to the best of their ability, and we feel that when we do that consistently, results will follow. If we focus only on results, I think we don't play the brand of football that we can be proud of, and so that's what we're aiming for.
In terms of squad, I just want to ask about the goalkeeping situation, because none of the three are getting regular minutes. I think Liv Clark's played a couple of minutes in the League Cup, but it's been a problem with the men's team in Wales that the goalkeepers aren't playing enough. So just what have you made of the situation with your keepers?
You don't have to look at the keepers. So 65% of my team at the Euros did not play regular minutes for their club. That came out of the Euro review. We're not a country yet that can say, well, if you don't play for club, you're not playing for Wales. That's not true. It is different here. This is their home. They come here, and so many times, whether it's the keepers or whether it's players that aren't being sort of felt to be valued at club and not getting minutes, come here and perform against top opposition. So it is different, but it's something that we have to keep pushing and driving, and I've been vocal about that part of my job now is very clearly to make sure that I rattle some cages in terms of sitting on the bench now, especially when you're in your prime. You've got to make tough decisions, and it's not easy to leave. It's not easy to leave. And England's right next door, so we tend to fall into their pathway, but sometimes you have to be a Carrie Jones who goes to Sweden, or an Angharad James who's in the US. Those are big moves. They're not easy, but I think we do have to make sure that all options are being looked at for our players.
Angharad, one line I liked in Jess's statement was that the 7 wise women were now down to 5, and we've known for a long time how close a group you 7 are, and for newer fans, I think Kaylee's TikToks throughout the Euros were another sign of how close you are. But we know on the pitch what they both bring, but off the pitch, what are you going to miss about them?
Good question. Firstly, Kaylee. She is an unbelievable character within the group. She's come in today and she's lit the room up every time she's walked into it. She's someone who, regardless of if she was playing or not, she would prepare the exact same. She'd bring the same energy every day, and she's someone who helped the youngsters. She's going into coaching roles now because she's so good at helping others around her. And she was competing for a starting place, but she would be there helping and giving advice to other 9s in the group, and it speaks volumes for her as a person. And Jess, she's someone who, might not say too much off the field to everyone, but she is she's someone who also helps the youngsters, as Rhian gave examples early on the field. But she's a good friend, and she's someone that has always put Wales first. The amount of travel she's done between here and the US over the last 19 years is incredible. She'd never miss a game for Wales, and even if her leg was hanging off in Seattle, she was on the flight home, and it speaks volumes for her dedication to the badge, but also her as a person. It speaks volumes. So they'll both be missed within the group.
Obviously a lot of new players, but I want to ask about Mia Ross and Annie Wilding, because I think sometimes where you've not been part of the youth system in Wales and coming in, it can be quite difficult, but how have they settled into camp?
Yeah, I think all the girls who have come in have settled in well. Annie looks very comfortable on the ball, and she's picking up really good line-breaking passes, which is great for us at the back. And Mia's also come in, and it's like she's been here for the last few years. She's really settled in. She's a great character to have within the group, both on and off the field, and she brings a lot on the field too. So they're both 2 exciting additions that we've brought in this camp, and I'm excited to see their future here.
Well, finally, just what do you expect from Australia? Because you look at the names they have in this squad, and it's just so star-studded, and it must be such an exciting challenge, but what are you expecting from them?
Yeah, it's really exciting. I think these are the games that we all want to play in against one of the best countries probably in the women's game for individual talent, and a lot of the girls play against most of these in the WSL, and they play for top clubs, so it's going to be a tough game. They're very direct, very quick, and very good on the transition, so we have to be switched on, and all stuff that maybe challenged us at the Euros. So it'll be good to see how far we've come and how much we've learned over the past few months and the sessions that we've had this week. So yeah, we're expecting a lot from them, but it's an exciting game that we all want to be involved in.
Diolch both and good luck.
Diolch.
Shall I? Just the Welsh, Angharad?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rhian. No.
Rhian's learning Welsh. She can do
Rhian,
it.
Sian Cymraeg?
Shmai.
Angharad, mor lyflu i dy weld ti, a hwn yw'r tro cyntaf ni wedi clywed wrth ti ers i ni gyd fod mas yn y Swistir. Gynta chi, jyst siwrt mae'r diwrnodau diwethaf yma wedi bod yn amlwg chi nôl fel grŵp am y tro cyntaf. Os yna egni newydd ymysg y chwaraewyr ar ôl yr haf o gwbl?
Ie, mae fe'n neis i ddod i cael 2 gêm yn Caerdydd a Newport yn cyffroes iawn. A ie, mae'r egni yn gwahanol. Mae fe'n cymysglydd ar hyn o bryd achos mae Jess ac Hayley yn ddod at diwedd gyrfa iddyn nhw, ond mae'n amser cyffroes gyda'r chwaraewyr newydd a chwaraewyr ifanc sy'n dod trwyddo nawr. Ie, mae'n amser dda i fod yn Crys Goch.
Ie, ni'n colli eicon fori o nid jyst byd pêl-drod, ond byd y campau yng Nghymru ar draws y byd, really. Jyst gair am Jess Fishlock. Yw e'n mynd i fod yn dimlad anodd fori yn gwybod bod ti'n mynd i fod yn rhannu'r ca gyda hi am y tro la i Gymru?
Ie, bydd yn anodd. Mae hi wedi bod yma ers i fi ddod mewn y camp cyntaf, a o'n i'n 17 ar hyn o bryd, felly mae wedi bod yn spel iawn, a i chwarae yn clwb gyda hi nawr fyd allan yn Seattle. Bydde fe'n amser drist iawn i pob un o ni, ond mae hi'n gadael sut gymaint yn yr grŵp yma. Mae wedi newid sut gymaint yn Cymru, yn y gyrfan, a ni'n rhoi sut gymaint iddyn hi i ddweud diolch am popeth mae wedi gwneud ar y pitch, achos mae wedi sgorio sut gymaint o golau bwysig iddyn ni, ond off y pitch fyd, mae wedi gwneud sut gymaint o gwaith caled i gwneud gwahaniaeth yn yr byd chwaraeon, a mae wastad yn moyn mwy, a mae hwnna mor bwysig. Dwi'n gwybod mae'n gadael y lle yn lle well na pan dath i mewn, felly diolch fawr iddi hi.
Ie, so pan wyt ti yn 17 yn dod mewn i tîm Cymru am y tro cyntaf, beth yw dy atgofion cynnar di o chwarae gyda Jess Fishlock?
O, nes i ddim siarad gyda hi. Nes i cadael pen lawr a ddim siarad, ond jyst yn edrych a dysgu sut gymaint, dysgu y ffordd mae hi'n ymarfer, y ffordd mae'n chwarae, y pethau bach nath hi'n neud rhwng y gemau, y ffaith bod hi'n gofyn cwestiynau trwy'r amser, mae wastad moyn datblygu fel chwaraewyr. A nes i dysgu sut gymaint, a nawr mae'n ffrind, a dwi'n bach yn gwahanol gyda hi nawr, ond mae wedi bod yn challenge neis a path neis gyda hi i yr ffaith bod ni wedi dechrau y ffordd nathon ni, a nawr ni ffrindiau yn siario bigo pob amser. So mae fe'n jyst yn neis.
A wrth gwrs, Ceri Barton hefyd, bydd ni'n ffarwelio a hi, jyst nodyn arni hi, achos mae'r grŵp yna, y grŵp yna o chreuwyr hun yn gafel yn bendant yn hyn, ond chi wedi bod trwy siwrt gymaint, pa mor anodd fydd hi heb cymeriad fel Hayley yn y grŵp?
Ie, mae Hayley yn person wych. Mae'n chwaraewyr gwych ar y cae, ond beth mae'n roedd yn nitch. Mae hwnna'n mor bwysig iddyn ni. Mae wastad yn neud sut gymaint mae'n gallu yn fwy na pob un arall. Mae'n paratoi yr un peth os mae'n chwarae, os mae ddim yn chwarae. Pan mae hi'n cerdded mewn i ystafell, mae'r ystafell i gyd yn litio fyny, a mae hwnna'n yn dweud sut gymaint am hi fel person. So dwi'n trist iawn bod Hayley yn symud ymlaen, ond dwi'n edrych ymlaen i gweld hi yn hyfforddi yn yr dyfodol, gobeithio falle nôl fan hyn, sa'n gwybod. Ond mae fe'n amser cyffroes.
Fi'n credu mae fe'n amlwg iawn ta'r nod i'w Hayley yw i fy mewn. Mae fe'n amlwg iawn, ta'r nod i'w Hayley yw i fy mewn i hyfforddi. Beth am Jess? Beth ti'n credu mae hi'n mynd i wneud? I'm just asking Rhian, what do we think Jess Fishlock is going to go on to do? Because I feel like she could probably run the country if she wanted to.
Yeah, agreed.
Prime Minister. Na, falle GM, dwi'n gallu gweld hi'n neud rôl sydd yn uwch yn tîm, ond dwi'n gwybod mae'n gobeithio chwarae rhagor i Seattle. Mae gyda ni gemau bwysig pan ni'n mynd nôl fyd, felly dyw pildrod ddim wedi bennu iddi hi eto, ond jyst yn yr grys goch. Felly, falle hyfforddi fyd. Mae wastad yn hyfforddi'r merched i gyd pan mae'n allan ar y cae. Felly, dwi'n credu un o'r roliau yna.
Awstralia i ddod prynawn fori. Sy'n credu mae fe mynd i fod yn diwrnod emosiynol i feddwl jyst popeth sy'n mynd i fod yn digwydd a gweud ta i Jess ac Hayley?
Bydd yn emosiynol iawn. Ni ddim di roi sut gymaint o ffys ar hyn o bryd i ddau iddyn nhw, achos mae'n fy'n bwysig bod ni'n paratoi'r un peth fyd. Ni'n gwybod beth sy'n ddod ar ôl y gêm, bydd ni'n rhoi sut gymaint o llais iddyn nhw, achos maen nhw'n ddau person a chwaraewyr bwysig sydd wedi bod yn y gyrfan yma am spel. Ond ni'n edrych mlaen at y gêm, fydd yn challenge iddyn ni, mae'r chwaraewyr gwych yn tîm Australia, felly bydd e'n gêm cyffroes i fod yn ddi a dwi'n edrych ymlaen i gweld sut gymaint ni wedi dysgu a ddod ymlaen ers y Euros fyd, achos ni'n gwybod oedd hwnna'n tyma bach yn siomedig o ran y perfformiad, felly i fod yn ôl yn Caerdydd gyda'r supporters i gyd yna, bydd e'n amser cyffroes.
Jyst yn ola, jyst neges i'r cefnogwyr, achos hwn fydd y cyfle ola i weld Jess yn ware mewn Crys Cymru, a hefyd gaethoch chi cymaint o gyfnogwyr mas yn y Swistir yn cefnogi chi. Jyst neges i unrhyw un sydd ddim yn siŵr os maen nhw'n mynd i ddod prynhawn fori, so be fydde ti'n gweud?
Mae'r cefnogwyr wedi bod yn amazing iddyn ni dros yr flynyddoedd diwethaf, yn enwedig yn y Euros, i cael sut gymaint o nhw allan. Oedd nhw'n cefnogwyr gorau yn yr Euros full stop, felly gobeithio bydd nhw gyd yn dod allan nos y fori i gweld Jess ac Hayley a dweud diolch iddyn nhw am popeth maen nhw wedi gwneud i'r gwlad a pildrods yn Cymru fyd. A gobeithio maen nhw dal yn dilyn ni ar y daith yma, achos bydd yn daith fel rollercoaster, ond ni'n edrych ymlaen gweld nhw gyd yn Caerdydd y bori.
Diolch yn fawr.
Diolch.
Angharad, os gael jyst gofyn cwbl i ti. I ddechrau, diolch am yr holl gyfweliadau Cymraeg yn yr Euros, gwerthfawrogi a hefyd bod y Gymraeg yn cael llwyfan, mewn cystadleuaeth mor fawr. Jyst un ar Jess, teithio nôl ymlaen o Seattle, faint wyt ti'n wedi golli ei chwmni hi ar y teithio yna?
Byddai'n colli hi sut gymaint ar y teithio, ond pam ni'n actually ar y awyren, ni'n eistedd i ffwrdd wrth ein gilydd mwyn cael tyma bach o break, felly dwi'n edrych ymlaen at hwnna i ddod, ond mae hi'n sut person gret i cael a teithio gyda trwy'r amser, ond pam ni ar y awyren ni ddim yn siarad, ni ddim gyda unrhyw cysystiad tan ni'n ddod nôl i Gymru, felly bydd e ddim yn sut gymaint o newidiad i fi.
Ti'n cael digon o'i chwmni pan ti'n cael nôl yn Cymru?
Yn wir.
Just gan bod ni'n dod at ddiwedd y flwyddyn, edrych yn ôl ar 2025, sut wyt ti yn edrych yn ôl ar yr Euros bellach?
Just mor balch. Balchder yw'r gair dwi'n defnyddio trwy'r amser, achos ni wedi gweithio fel tîm mor galed i fod a tournament fel y Euros am flynyddoedd, a i cael yr foment yna ar y stage uwchaf yn yr byd. Oedd e'n foment balch iawn i fi a'r grŵp i gyd. Ni'n gwybod, o'n i ddim yn y perfformiadau ddim yna fel o'n i'n gwybod ni'n gallu bod, ond oedd e'n sut gymaint o peth uwch i Gymru i cael y tîm menwod cyntaf i fod ar y stage yna. Felly, dwi'n edrych ymlaen i'r dyfodol fyd, achos mae sut gymaint i ddod gyda'r grŵp yma. Ni wedi creu hanes nawr, a ni moyn creu mwy hanes yn yr dyfodol. Felly mae'n amser i ni pwysio ymlaen a gweld sut mae pethau heb chwaraewyr fel Jess, i gweld chwaraewyr newydd a ifanc ddod trwyddo nawr. Mae fe'n really yn amser cyffroes i fod yma. Dwi'n edrych ymlaen i gweld beth mae'r flwyddyn nesaf i ddod yn cael.
pan ti'n edrych yn ôl ar y twrnament, oes un uchafbwynt I ti, oes un foment yn sefyll allan?
Os sut gymaint, honestly, oedd yr daith I gyd yn perffaith. Tro cyntaf nath I ddod allan I twymo lan yn y gêm cyntaf I clywed y wal goch, oedd hwnna'n rhywbeth special iawn. Ond I clywed yr iaith Cymraeg ar y llwyfan fyd, oedd hwnna'n rhywbeth personol I fi. O'n i'n really yn meddwl am y foment yna cyn I fi ddod i'r Euros, just achos mae fe'n olygu sut gymaint I fi. Dwi ddim yn perffaith yn siarad yr iaith, ond dwi'n credu mae fe'n really bwysig I cael yr iaith, dal I cael ei siarad. Felly, canu'r mae hyn wlad fy nhadau y tro cyntaf fyd, oedd e'n goosebumps a emosiynol iawn. Felly, sut gymaint o moments a moments special I cael fy teulu I gyd yna am y tro cyntaf a gallu rhoi rhywbeth nôl iddyn nhw am popeth maen nhw wedi gwneud I fi yn fy garfan. Felly, sut gymaint, ond dwi ddim yn gallu dewis un.
Ac ddim yn gwybod. A un cwestiwn arall, jyst un ola. Y gêm y merched yng Nghymru yn fwy poblogaidd nag erioed o'r blaen. Pa mor falch ydych chi eich bod chi wedi chwarae rhan flaenllaw yn hynny fel tîm, fel carfan?
Mae'r grŵp yma, ni'n wastad yn siarad am beth ni'n gallu gwneud i'r chwaraewyr dyfodol sydd yn dod trwyddo, chwaraewyr ifanc sy'n gwylio ni pob tro, pob un sy'n cicio'r bel am y tro cyntaf. Mae hwnna'n pethau ni'n siarad am a ni moyn gwneud sut gymaint o gwahaniaeth yn Cymru a dwi'n gwybod mae Rhian a pobl arall yn yr FILBEY yn gweithio yn mor galed mwyn cael mwy o chwaraewyr bach yn chwarae a gobeithio fod ar y llwyfan yma yn y dyfodol. A mae fe'n rhywbeth ni yn really serious am achos mae fe'n dim ond lle well na nathon ni dod trwyddo. Mae chwaraewyr fel Jess oedd e'n mor cool allan yn y Euros yn gweld sut gymaint o chwaraewyr merched a bechgyn gyda Fishlock 10 ar y jerseys a mae hwnna'n dweud bod ni'n gwneud newidiadau yn Cymru a mae hwnna'n special iawn.
A dyn hofyn rhif 8 a James hefyd yna, ond ddigon o rheini.
Brawd fi, brawd bach, ie.
Diolch am amser pobl chwarae.
Diolch.
Good luck tomorrow. Thank you.
Diolch.